go again, yo everyone. That's all our Let's Players here, and welcome to part 6 of Futari Max Heart, the great battle where power gathers.
ここは研究所みたいね。なんか不気味だよね。この中にきっといるんですね。さあ、行くよ。
So yeah, we're pretty much at the near end game here, and for this part we're gonna be playing as Cure White. And let me tell you, things are about to go Mega Man in this one. Yes, yeah. So, like I said, we're at part 6. We're very close to the end. Um, One thing you notice that we're gonna be facing off against we're not gonna be facing off against that much enemies into the first part because apparently, oh, by the way, I'm talking over this cutscene because I don't because basically what you can see here is that this is a boss rush. We're basically, oh, by the way, excuse me, um we're basically facing off against five of the previous bosses that we faced off against, and the last one in the first part, we're gonna be facing off against a brand new Zakana. Though for these first five, they're they're very much like the ones in the last part that we actually faced off against. Except they're the first three are a lot easier. As you can see there, we just defeat them no problem. The first one. And throughout this throughout this part, like I said, you'll be finding a bunch of porn dolls. Not just that, but you'll also be finding yourself a bunch of ice cream and crepes. So be sure to collect those because, like I said, you're going to a boss rush, and there's no actual stop there. And one thing I like about this one is that well, since this is actually a beat 'em up game and we're going like side scrolling, there's no loading screens added to it. In fact, I would say that this game, I don't think this game doesn't really have any loading screens against, which is perfectly, which is perfectly a good thing. This is one of the, I would say this is one of the first games that I've played that doesn't have any loading screens. It will just take you straight to the levels themselves. So yeah, that's another thing that I actually like about this game, especially when you're going to a boss rush. Because I never played Mega Man X7, but I did see footage of it. Because the load times are really atrocious. They take a long time, and I did saw that there was like a boss rush in the game. There was a boss rush in the game where you had to face through all the Mavericks that you previously defeated, and each Maverick has a load time. And not only that, but since you are going from room to room, yes, they have a hub area during this boss rush. So you have to go through different rooms, and each room will have a loading screen. So when you go to the teleporter room, it will load, and when you enter your first, when you face off against the Maverick, after you defeated him, it will load, and it has so many load times. I think that's one thing. That's one of the things that I did not like about certain games, especially Xenoverse 2. The load times can take forever to load. In Sonic 06, it is no different. It has a bunch of loading screens, and some of them can take more than 30 seconds. So, the fact that this game doesn't have any loading screens, that is one automatic win for that, and I really enjoyed it a lot. But yeah, like I said, these bosses are pretty much the same as ever, except some of them are, except the first three I would say are a lot easier. But then once we get to the later ones, that's when I started getting into a bit of trouble. But I'm not gonna spoil much of that. uh, Yeah. I think there's, and you probably guessing like why is there's no Senran Kagura video. Apparently, I have to get an extension cord because that uh the TV that I would play my PS4 on, it doesn't really have enough because the outlets I had to change. I had to rearrange some certain things, so I can't really access my PS4 at the moment due to due to the plug being a bit farther away from the TV and the PS4. So I'm gonna have to try and buy an extension cord. Not only that, but like I said, I will plan on getting a brand new headset mic because the one that I was using to like record those videos, they are it can be a bit chappy at times. So I'm trying to get a new headset mic so that way I don't have to worry about the chipping. I really don't have to worry about the sounds that it make whenever I speak into it. Because that was a PS4 mic that I've been using for months, and it is quite atrocious. I know a lot of you did not like the sound of it, so I will plan on trying to get a brand new headset mic. And yeah, as for this playthrough, like I said, we're very close to the end, and it has been getting some it has been getting some decent attraction. So I want to know if you guys want me to do the next Let's Play next month. I know I said it's going to focus on a Christmas special on Christmas Day, but I want to let you all know if you want me to also do the playthrough of Futari Pretty Splash Star in December, or you want me to wait for it, or you want to wait for it to come on in 2021, which is January. So I'm considering of leaving a poll on that. But yeah, we're getting to the like I believe the fourth. I think the fourth Zakina it's the same as ever. I would say this one I barely had any trouble with. It's I would say this is probably the easiest one. You're basically like I said, just gotta dodge the wrecking ball. It'll drop on you occasionally. You have to watch out for a shadow. One thing I forgot to mention, you can also move up and down. You can also go up and down instead of side to side. So you can do that in order to dodge the wrecking ball, and not only that, but like I said, just dodge the red shadow, dodge the red beam, and it will you will be able to dodge the second attack, which is pretty much swinging a wrecking ball. Yeah, you just gotta know when the wrecking ball is gonna land just by looking at the shadow. And if you played this before, you all should know. But if you haven't played this before, like I said, go check it out. Buy the Drastic emulator on the Google Play Store. It's pretty cheap. It's only $5, and it's pretty good. Even with the Nintendo DS, I would say it plays a decent job. I don't think I haven't really played on a DS. Even if I were to get it, there's no region code added to it. But thankfully, I think for the Hogato video game on the Switch, there is no region code. There is no region code added to it, so you can just create yourself a Japanese account, and you can actually buy yourself. I think they can work. I think the Japanese accounts can work with English, with the um, with the English gift cards. I don't know, but yeah, you can essentially create a Japanese account, and you can buy certain Japanese games, like the Pretty Cure video, like the Huggle Pretty Cure video game, which I saw footage of it. I would say it's good it looks good in 3D, but I don't know if I don't know. I can't really like say much about it because I only saw a bit of footage of it, just fighting the God, I can't yeah, the Oshimida, just fighting the Oshimida. That's what I saw. But yeah. And yeah, I think that's about it for the I one thing I forgot to mention, you can also play pre-power on there as well. Yes, the pre-power is also on the Switch, so that's pretty neat. And yeah, I forgot to. So yeah, back into the gameplay. this is by far the longest stage I've ever gotten into. Like this is like I would say this is like like up to 13 minutes of gameplay. Exclu well, not gameplay, but I would say this is probably 15 minutes of gameplay. 15 minutes for this stage, and like not including the cutscenes, but yeah, 16 minutes, which is pretty much the longest I've ever been on a video game. And no, like I would say part four does not count because, like I said, I only showed that's pretty much like 12 minutes. I showed off a beat that I made, which was based off one of the tracks, which was based off the track that was from the fourth stage. So that part, the part four doesn't count. Just it doesn't count. But this one it definitely does since it's merely gameplay and so many enemies in the second part which you have to go through. And I'm lucky enough. I'm lucky that I haven't even died just yet. And there's another power up that I forgot to mention in this game. Well, it's not really a power up, but it's more of a heart up. Um, which is pretty much, which is bizarre, being that this is the only stage to where it actually shows off that heart power up. And uh, like I said, I wouldn't say a heart power, but basically is pretty much an extra life. You have two lives, like I said. If you die, you lose a life. And I would say, I don't know what happens if you lose both of the lives, because I haven't really lost both of my lives. I haven't really lost both of my lives in this game, but I would assume that if you lose both of your lives, and if you die on your last one, then you will probably get the game over, and you have to restart this stage over and over again, which is pretty common for certain beat 'em up games. Just like I said, just like with Scott Pilgrim, and yeah, um, I would say this is probably the only beat 'em up game that I've ever played before. Well, I wouldn't say the only beat 'em up game. There were those like Coca-Cola games that you can play, which was which is for an ad on on the Xbox in Xbox Live on the Xbox 360 that I played before, and they're pretty fun. They were pretty fun. I did enjoy them. Back when I was like really small on my old account, I was considered doing let's plays of those, but I don't know. It just I don't know what I was. Oh, by the way, that was the extra life I just showed off. Yeah, but yeah. Besides that beat 'em up game, I did play regular show Fist Punch, which was also a beat 'em up game. That was on a computer, which was a computer game, which was in the CartoonNetwork.com. I wouldn't consider it as an actual video game, but more of a computer game. But this is legit the first actual beat 'em up style video game that I've played. Aside from a regular show Fist Punch and but I think the Coors Light game that I played. Yeah, that yeah, that was a beer game. You basically had to collect I basically had to collect a bunch of beers in order. I don't know. I can't remember that much about it. I did play it before, but yeah. And as for regular show Fist Punch, my god, do I love the soundtrack on there. If I were to get a screen recorder for this laptop, I would probably do a let's play on that in an instant, because I enjoyed that game so much. But anyway, we're now getting into the brand new boss. And yes, this is a conventional oven Zakena, I believe. And it has a whisk on the right side, from what I'm seeing from on its right side. I think it has both. It probably has both. I don't know. I don't know what the I don't know what the second one is on his left side, but yeah, this is basically a conventional oven Zakena. What it will do, it will use this it will attack you a few times, either on the left or right, and you have to dodge those. And by the way, those ovens, once you see the red beam, you have to get out of the way, and it will breathe fire from it. So yeah, I would say this is pretty much the hardest Zakina that I faced, and I did part 5, which had a baseball type of Zakina, and that one has caused me trouble. I was lucky enough to not even die on this one. It was thanks to Cure Black who saved me a lot, that I was able to regain more health. That's one thing I forgot. That's one thing that I want to mention once again. When your teammate, which is computer teammate, when your teammate actually catches you, you restore some of your life. So that's something that I appreciate. And as you noticed throughout this part, Kill Black has been dying a lot lately, and yeah, these bosses are gotten a bit harder. But like I said, I enjoy the challenge. I really enjoy the challenge a lot on this game. Um, is it better than Scott Pilgrim? I'm not sure. I haven't really played Scott Pilgrim before, as it was on there, but I think due to copyright or legal actions, they took it off. But yeah, we just used that boss. We just used that special, and now it's time for the Marble Screw. And here we go, the Pretty Cure Marble Screw Max. Once again, just like the other ones, just keep pressing the A button and everything will be all hunky-dory. You've officially beaten the boss. And just like that, we defeated it.
なかなかだめぽ。すごいです。もう逃げられないわよ。あなたの目的は何なの？何をするんですか？伝説の戦士フュタリ。やはりお前たちは邪魔だ。俺の手で倒してやる。さあ、これで終わりだ。
And that was it. That was that boss. That was the boss rush. I would say it's a lot better than the Mega Man boss rushes. That's not saying much considering I haven't really played them, but I can probably bet that this one is a lot better. Anyway, I will see you all in part 7 as we finally get to the final boss of this game. We're finally going to end this game once and for all. But before we actually end the video off, I just want to give a little note. We're finally at 150 subscribers on this channel. So that's something that I really appreciate. We're going to try and get to 250 before the end of this year. So please, if you could, hit the subscribe button and make sure to turn those notifications on. Spread my channel throughout everywhere and let people know about my channel if you would. So that would really mean a lot. And like I said, I'm trying to get to 250 before the end of this year. So if you could, please hit that subscribe button and be sure to share this channel around and also share my videos around as well. But yeah, that was part 6. I will see you all on part 7 as we finally end it once and for all. Hey, thanks so much for watching the video. If you enjoyed, be sure to give it a like. If you want to support this channel further and join the Starlight family, be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell as well so you can get updated on videos that I upload. Also, my social media is down in the description below. You can follow me on Twitter. And you can follow me on Discord. I have a Discord server called the Starlight Community. And as well, you can also follow my SoundCloud. All of the links will be in the description below. But until then, this is the Starlight Let's Play signing out. As always, go Genyo and have a startastic day, everyone.